Perry Mack here with 4 Wheel Drive Magazine, and we're in Inuvik for the 2019 Chevy Silverado intro. And we've got Craig here, and he's going to run through some of the top 3 things that you might not know about the Chevy that makes this a much better truck than last year's.
Hi, I'm Craig Cooch. I'm the product manager for full-size Silverado, and I just wanted to run through a few things that you may not be aware of, but considerations that engineering has taken in to give you some benefits, but benefits you may not see. So let's walk through a few of these. The first one I wanted to show is underhood airflow management. Not something we talk about a lot at the kitchen table, but we just drove this truck all the way from Inuvik up to Tuktoyaktuk, 400 kilometers of the dustiest roads we've ever seen, and is a testament to the ability for us to manage airflow under hood. Look how clean the engine compartment is. We now draw the air in from in front of the radiator for the combustible air for the engine, but the nice thing about not having turbulence under hood is that you're paying to move that air. So we've reduced the fuel, or increased the fuel efficiency by reducing the turbulence under hood. We also give you a nice clean under hood environment. So when you think of things like salt intrusion or dust intrusion, that has 2 effects for you as a customer. One is obviously rusting components under the hood over time, and the other one is thermal management. If you get a buildup of mud under the hood, you get hot spots around the engine, and that can create some durability issues over time. So we've been thoughtful to extend the corrosion and the thermal management from about a 10-year cycle on a pickup truck to about 12 years in our validation testing. And this is real-life validation testing up here in Tuktoyaktuk, trust me.
So a small thing that should lengthen the life.
Absolutely, yeah, it'll help, and you may not see it. We've also done a lot of work as far as aero treatments. So these vents here, although they're very highly styled and look great, they also manage the airflow around a truck. So if you think of a particle of air at the front of the truck, it has to make its way around the truck, and we've given an escape route for that air to keep what we call a laminar airflow. Laminar means smooth, and the smoother the airflow around a truck, the slipperier the truck is. So the new Silverado here is actually 7% more slippery, or what we call a coefficient of drag in a wind tunnel, even though it's 1.5 inches wider and 2 inches taller truck. So the frontal area of the truck is increased, but it's 7% more slippery in a wind tunnel or on a highway environment. One of the other features that it's kind of neat for an engineer to talk about, again getting into airflow, is we've moved the mirror mount from the shark fin area on the door down onto the door itself. So these doors are all aluminum now, and one of the issues that we've always had, and every manufacturer has the concern, is this is the widest part of the truck. So this is where the airflow moves the fastest. So by moving the mirror from this shark fin patch up here on the glass down to the door, does a number of things. One is we're able to maintain that laminar flow that I was talking about, that smooth flow. If you get turbulence in this area, you get a lot of noise right into the cabin. And the only way to attenuate that from an engineering perspective is thicker glass, heavier glass, laminated glass, which is more expensive. So rather than have you pay for all of that, we've moved the mirror down, improved the airflow, and at the same time been able to give you a more robust mounting for the mirror. So we've got cameras and lights, different features in the mirror, so we want to keep the mirror stable. And if you're towing and you've got towing mirrors on the truck, we want to be able to reduce the impact of that mass shaking. So we get a nice solid footprint, a nice solid foundation for the mirror. And then of course the other benefit is the visibility here between the A-pillar and the mirror. So we've been able to do a number of things, give you a larger mirror with a better aerodynamic flow than the previous mirror, which was smaller, give you a nice solid footprint for the mirror, and keep it quieter in the cabin for you. So those are 3 examples of the features that we've considered that you may not see when you purchase a truck or you're shopping for a truck, but we've got you in mind when we're designing it.
Sounds good. Now, I'm going to interrupt, and I'm going to ask for the bonus question here, Craig. We were talking about the interior of the wheel well yesterday.
Yeah.
Like, what can you tell us about that that's different from last year and an improvement?
Well, first, airflow management, but we also have a composite panel on the inside of the wheel well. So again, in an environment like this, if you have a look, again, we were up 400 kilometers of sometimes muddy but very dusty roads. And the fibers that we've chosen for this are A, lightweight, so you're not paying to move that mass around. B, they wick water, and they also wick dust very well. So in the wintertime, when you get a lot of ice and snow typically built up in the wheel well, you're paying to move that around first off, but it's also a problem. You kick it off in the driveway or it all ends up in your driveway. So these panels will drop that as soon as it starts to build up. It also manages water flow, so you don't get a lot of spray. If you go to pass somebody or somebody passes you with an equivalent truck, you don't get that spray off the truck. So there's a lot of features built into that wheel well liner that, again, are not intuitive when you see it the first time.
Excellent. Thanks very much. Appreciate it.